It is night number 4 of Ohio Speed Week, and tonight we are going to be competing with the 410 Sprint Car at the Sharon Speedway located in Hartford, Ohio. We are actually just a couple of miles from the Pennsylvania-Ohio border. But welcome back to today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Tanner Holmes, and I'm a 18-year-old outlaw kart and sprint car driver from Southern Oregon, and we are a long ways from home competing at Ohio Speed Week. Now this is night number 4, kind of like the halfway point, and tonight we are here at the Sharon Speedway, a 3/8 mile dirt track. I'm not sure if it's a 3/8 mile, that's what it's classified as, maybe around the outside, but this place looks like it's gonna be really fun tonight. I've watched a couple highlight videos in the outlaw race from a couple of weeks ago. This place gets super slick, develops a little bit of a curb on the outside wall. I've seen guys roll right through the middle and the very bottom, and a lot of it is a slower style racing with the wing in the trunk. Everyone's race cars are super tight, just trying to find any drive they can. So we're gonna get the night started here with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. You can see them watering the racetrack tonight. I'm not sure that water is gonna do a whole lot because like I said, this place tends to get very slick. So qualifying is over for our group here at the Sharon Speedway. I think group number 5 is out there right now, so it's kind of finishing up, but the racetrack just slicked off so much from the first car to the last. It's crazy how much the racetrack slowed down. I did want to share with you though something that the All-Star Circuit of Champions do that in my opinion makes it a little bit more affordable for the teams, whether it's a low budget or a high budget team, and I think it just makes the racing a little bit better. Check out our right rear right here. You can see they marked it with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Whatever right rear you qualify on is the one you have to run for the rest of the night, and I think that's awesome. It makes it to where you can't just put on a brand new right rear every single time you're at the racetrack. So big thumbs up to them. I think we ended up about 5th quick in our group. We missed it by 1. Our car was phenomenal. Like I said, racetrack super slick, and you almost just have to really ride the cushion all the way through the corner because that's the only grip. Then down the straightaways you're just pedaling it, trying to keep the tires under you, and then fly back into the next corner right on the wall. So I think we did a pretty good job. We missed it a little bit, just, you know, a 10th or 2 maybe, and those little mistakes is, you know, the difference between being 5th quick and being in that top 2 in our group. So we're just going to continue getting better and better, but overall my first laps around the Sharon Speedway at full speed felt awesome. So our heat race will be up next here at the Sharon Speedway. Parents are cooking dinner in the pits. I have a bunch of people walking by asking when it's going to be ready. Anyway, we are going to be starting 3rd row inside for our heat race. We qualified 5th in our group, missed it by 1 spot, the invert, but that's all good, man. Our car is fast. We're going to tighten it up and try to figure out how we can move around from the bottom to the top in this heat race to try to transfer into tonight's main event. our heat race right there. That's our left front wheel. Flattened our left front. Double D went for a last lap slider. I was running third. I went fifth to third. Car felt really good. We were rolling right through the slick wing back. You know, really got the car tuned up just to be able to kind of roll through nothing. That's all this place really is. And I don't blame Danny for, you know, trying to make something happen, but he just, you know, he didn't clear it. And so it totally knocked my left front out, and then, you know, trying to hold on for the last lap. So just, I don't know, these guys just all race really, really hard out here, and it sucks that, you know, that's kind of what ruined our transfer spot. But left front wheel's junk. Got our backup one on the race car, but anyway, we're gonna move on to the B main event. We're hoping to start on the front row of that because of our qualifying, but man, that sucked. That was, you know, a phenomenal run, and like kind of Bennett said, you know, you call a spade, just, you know, you got driven through. So on to the B main event. We'll kind of keep an eye on the track conditions as well. So we're getting ready to get strapped in for tonight's B main event. We are going to be rolling off from the front row outside starting spot. The reason we get to be on the front row is because I was one of the top 2 fastest overall qualifiers that did not transfer directly out of my heat race. So I got Corey Eliason on the pole, then myself. To address the heat race situation one more time, I'm sure we'll talk about it, you know, towards the end of the video. You can't let something like that ruin your night. It's obviously incredibly frustrating. Like, we were gonna transfer out of the heat, and we had a great run going and phenomenal speed, but we just have to kind of put that behind us just for a second and really focus on this B main event and getting through it and then getting into the A. You can't let something like that ruin your night and your week. We have so much racing left to go, and like I always say, you know, race others how you want to be raced. It's just kind of something you put that situation in the back of your mind, and you just don't forget that, you know, throughout the rest of the week as we continue racing. But time to get in, and like I said, we got to get up on the wheel. Top 4 are going to transfer out of the B.
Advancing to round 4, coming against Ohio, 50 liters of a Hercules tire.
couple fans here at Sharon tonight that want to be in today's YouTube video. What's your name?
Julian.
And?
Gavin.
And these guys have been hanging out with me most of the night, hanging out right outside the race trailer. Where are y'all from? Are you guys close by?
Here. Yeah.
Clear? That's good. So I always tell everyone, if Sharon's your local racetrack, you guys got a pretty nice facility, a fun place to come and run every Saturday night. I'm hoping we can make it back here quite a few more times throughout the rest of my career. Well, tonight kind of turned into a disaster at the Sharon Speedway. We did not make it through the B main event. Tonight was not our night as far as front wheels go. This was our right front. As we were kind of falling back there, I don't know what it was. You know, I got a good jump. I was able to get around the outside of the 26, and I should have tried to dive lower. I went to dive through the corner and just try to roll right through the center, maybe a lane off the bottom. My intention was just to try to get through the corner and, you know, get off with the lead. But I just kind of slid through the groove, and I wasn't able to hold it down and get the drive. So Eliason drove by us. We were running second. I was like, all right, let's just do all 12 laps right around the bottom. And a lot of people said this place doesn't usually get abrasive, but it's at least getting abrasive, if not close to taking rubber, because the bottom's extremely quick. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if we just kind of missed it a little bit with the car, or it was a little bit on me, but I was trying to, you know, kind of do the same thing I did in the heat race, just have some good throttle control, keep the tires spinning a little bit, moving forward, and I just could not get the rear tires to grab. I felt like I was out there sitting like this, and I had my wing completely trunked. And I guess that's just gonna happen sometimes. Like I said, I don't know if I need to try to be a little bit lower or weight on it more, or, you know, we just needed to try to get it tighter, but we already had it super tight. And I just, you know, as everyone else had drive through the corner, I was just sitting there hanging, and you can't do that to these guys. You know, they'll drive right by you. So I obviously started falling back, and I think right as I fell out of the transfer spot, a car went around my outside just racing. I mean, I was kind of a roadblock, and they just hopped over my right front, which is, you know, like I said, what resulted in this. So just a frustrating night. It obviously all went downhill after the heat race, and, you know, we had a good run there. So, you know, there's not complete negatives. I mean, there's a lot of positives to tonight, but our results just don't show how good we were and some of our improvements. So we're gonna go watch the A main event, continue to study and learn. I wish we were out there, but man, Ohio Speed Week, it's tough, it's grueling. We just got to keep our heads up, and, you know, like I said, we're just at the halfway mark. We still got another half of the race to go with 4 more nights. Well, Ohio Speed Week is over. We are back home in Southern Oregon, and I did not get the opportunity to kind of do my nightly recap of night number 4 of Speed Week at the Sharon Speedway. And I think this will actually be a little bit better because I've had the chance to look at the footage and kind of just think about the situation. The first thing to address is the heat race. I think no matter whose side you're on or what angle you're looking at the situation from, the incident that happened into turns 1 and 2 on the last lap of the heat race just sucked. It was just super unfortunate that it happened. I'm in 3rd, the 48's in 4th, and I get that we're battling to try to run as far up front in the heat race, not only for points, but also just to secure our spot in the A main event. 4th is not really a safe spot to be in on the last lap of a heat. And Double D went for a slider. Like I said earlier in the video, I don't blame him for doing it, but if he would have just been able to clear it, I think we could have drag raced down the back straightaway. You know, we battle for the spot, and I think we actually would have both transferred to the A main event. But since there was contact and it flattened my left front, I'm just kind of driving around, you know, holding on for the last lap, and cars are going by me, and instead of running 3rd or 4th, I run 6th. And I think the 2 key takeaways from the situation, the first one, it's important as a driver, and I think this is a lesson for everyone watching the video and a lesson for myself. It's important as a driver how you handle the situation once it's over. When I pull off that track, I have to keep my composure so I set the tone for the rest of the night. If I come in and I'm causing a scene, I'm freaking out, which there's nothing wrong with being upset, but you have to handle it properly, so then you keep the team in check, because we have a B main event that's going to be coming up shortly after the heat race, and if we're all out of sorts because of what happened in the heat race, then we're not going to run good in the B main event. So it's important you take that situation, you take, I guess, how you were driven or just what happened, you put it in the back of your memory, and now you know going forward the rest of the week, and when we're out in the Midwest or just with anyone, you remember that for future. But also I think it was a wake-up call, like number 2, these are the all-stars. A lot of these guys are running for points, they're racing for a living, and I don't want to necessarily use the word that it's acceptable to do that, but these guys are not afraid to just move you out of the way, you know, maybe possibly run right rear to left front, do what they got to do to transfer into a dash or into the A main event and secure that spot. So I think as a wake-up call for me, it was like, hey, I need to be more aggressive, because if these guys are going to just do it to me in future, man, I got to be up on the wheel and be not necessarily afraid to do it back to them. So this whole week had a lot of learning, but I just wanted to kind of mention that from the situation. It's important important as a driver and a leader on the team, I have to keep my composure, which we absolutely did. You know, remember the situation, remember the outcome of it, but then also know, you know, going forward, we're racing with these guys, they're going to be aggressive, so I have to be just as aggressive back and not afraid to, you know, possibly, you know, drive in there hard, try to make something happen and better the outcome of the situation for myself. I really hope that all makes sense to you guys, but anyway, that's going to wrap up the video. I know we wanted to make the A main event. We kind of had a tough B there, but that pretty much wraps everything up. Stay tuned for the rest of Ohio Speed Week content that's going to be coming to the channel over the next couple of days. Also, to mention the Sharon Speedway, I would love to have that place as my local track. I love the slick surface. I love how it kind of develops. Actually, a little bit of a forgiving curb on the fence. We obviously never want to see abrasive or rubber down surfaces, but that track in qualifying and the heat race was probably one of the coolest I've ever seen. Now we kind of have a quick turnaround time. We have Dirt Cup this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, $15,000 on the line in the biggest race in the Pacific Northwest in 2021. I can't wait to head north. See you guys all in the next one. Deuces.